average person suffers more in his thoughts than in actuality. This quote I heard a long time ago, but it resonated with me and it is still with me to this day. Because it is just honestly one of the most accurate quotes I've heard. You know why? Because you think of so many problems that are going to happen tomorrow. You think of you make you start planning for things. You start planning for shit that hasn't even happened yet, and then you suffer in your own thoughts. So a few days ago, I had an idea that you are not your thoughts. Now that is a pretty weird idea. So let me explain what I thought. What I mean to say is the thoughts that are roaming around in your head, those are not created by you. You get me? So basically, if you have no involvement in the creation of something, can that thing actually be called yours? And if not, how can it actually be you? So for example, if you're anxious about something, you did not create the anxiety, did you? You were just sitting, chilling, and then a thought came in your mind. What if, for example, tomorrow you have to speak in public? What if I mess up on stage? Did you create that thought? I mean, I hope you didn't, because if you did on your own, like you thought of, it's hard to explain, but if you thought of yourself, that's a bigger problem. But if it was involuntary, if you did not think of it, but it automatically came in your head, can you call it yours? Are, is that even you who thought that thought? If not, if you agree with me here, then that means most of your problems, most of your problems in life are actually not problems, but just fleeting thoughts which you give too much attention to. The problem is you give too much attention to your thoughts, you give them too much weight, you give them too much, you you validate them too much. Your thoughts do not need validation, they're just fleeting existences that pass and pass and pass. For example, if you notice what I mean is, for example, have you ever tried to meditate? If you've ever tried to meditate, you would know that when you close your eyes and start focusing on your breath, random thoughts come in your head. But then, if you don't focus on it, then they'll go. So they weren't important. Then why do you hold on to the negative thoughts and then ruin your future over it? Now, another concept I wanted to dive deep in is that number two, you are not the thoughts which we have already established, but you are the observer of those thoughts. So for example, you are sitting on a chair and there's a film reel passing in front of you, all right? And the reel is a metaphor for all the thoughts you have in a day. Now, you're just sitting there, and since you've already gone into autopilot, because most people live in autopilot, you don't even need me to explain that. Most people live in autopilot, they have mostly no control over their actions, which is a little sad, but it is what it is. So you're looking at those reels, I mean, as in film reels, and then you give too much importance to the negative ones. So you are the observer of those thoughts, not the thoughts themselves. And that should be an empowering epiphany to you, right? It should be empowering because this means that you do not need to be controlled by the thoughts. The thoughts are simply, I heard in some guided meditation, a fleeting existence. You don't need to give them so much value. Honestly. So, here's the big thing. Your thoughts and your emotions are different things. Now, what do I mean is that your thoughts are the reels which play in your head, and the emotions are the physical. What do you call it? My English is so trash. The physical effect of the thought, if you get what I mean. So you have a thought, and then that thought drives a physical change in your body, and you start feeling happy, sad, depressed, physical or emotional change. You get what I mean. So the thought drives the change in your psyche. Now, again, it is another empowering thought, because that means if you just observe thoughts as they are, that means your emotions are in your control. Because if you don't let the thoughts create any emotion in you, I think that's what they call stoicism. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but that might be what they call stoicism. But no, what I'm saying is, yeah, your thoughts do not have to guide your emotions. You have a choice. You have a choice. You have a choice. Most people just need to hear that they have a choice. Most people get depressed because of a feeling of powerlessness, feeling of hopelessness. I'm here to tell you that it's your head, dude. You can think of whatever you want, right? Use that to your advantage. Why are you letting autopilot, manual thoughts ruin your quality of life? Do you always want to live in your head? Come on, look around the world. The world is really a pretty place, man. I wish everyone watching this video, if anyone watches this video, gets to experience the beauty of this earth. I have a tree in front of me. This is my room. Very pretty tree in front of me. I can stare it. Fuck. I can look at it all day long. The wind is blowing. Amazing feeling today. It's very hot though. That's one thing. Yeah. So that's the question I'm leaving you with today. Do you want to live life, or do you want to live in your head? Alright. See you soon in the next video, if there's a next video. Bye bye.